Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, of course I have to screw it up, right?
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Did anyone sing?
No, we didn't sing. We didn't sing. We thought we'd let people listen to the magic.
For more mainstream songs, no, that we can sing. Hello.
So, out of the two of you guys are telling me you cannot pull off any kind of permutation or version of Adam Levine vocals. Is that what you guys are telling me?
We could have tried. I do know the song. It's an oldie and a goodie.
You know what? Yeah,
that's like from the early 2000s, I think. It's a good one. It's a good one, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, the ladies love the guy, and they love the whole friggin' library of their stuff.
Absolutely.
What the hell's the name of? What's the name of, dude? I am so brain dead today. Hey, David.
Hey. Good morning. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a Friday recording. We're dedicated, right? We've been doing these sessions every week for almost 2 years.
That's crazy.
The dedication is amazing, and we make no friggin' money. And full disclosure, we're all doing this for fun. We make no dinero.
Yeah.
Don't make any beef with us for all the crap that we say on here. If you're here because you're looking for some serious crap, you are in the wrong place. That's our disclaimer. That's our official disclaimer.
You're going to get unserious value, though.
Yes.
And you're going to get to hear guitars. We heard a little Maroon 5 today from Leonard Lee. It's a great way to start. Sorry, I forgot to sing.
And that's why I joined late, because I wanted to skip the guitar piece. But speaking of money, any money that comes our way goes to our little, nonprofit, Elevate Our Kids. So we truly do not profit individually from this. We funnel it where it needs to go for underserved kids. So that's for real.
Absolutely.
And love our mascot, the garbage truck.
Yes, the garbage truck.
Yeah, because that's what you're getting.
I wear a special sweater. Milliseconds matter when we're watching garbage truck video.
Wow. Speed Runner Society.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Watch this space. It's this, I can't say much, but it's these guys are going to change the way gamers connect with the things that they're wearing and the games that they're playing.
Wow. I will watch this space. Do I watch it on Twitch?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's one of the places to watch it.
Okay.
Now I'll see if after this I get kicked off the board of directors for saying one thing. But yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of gaming where milliseconds count, I just want to let everybody know I pre-ordered Farm Simulator 22.
Are you serious?
What?
Oh yeah, that's like serious low latency stuff right there, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe LLC case study.
Yeah. Latency may not matter as much there, but wait to, I pre-ordered it from GameStop. It should get here by the end of the month. Look out for me on Twitch, driving a combine or something like that. It should be crazy.
Yeah. What's really weird. So my kid, he plays Roblox, and he introduced me to this game called Big Paintball. And of course I'm like the older dude, and showing up on this thing as a bunch of little kids. I ended up becoming like one of the top players, Isn't
Boom.
that weird? No, I can send you screenshots. In fact, I might even pop it up right here. And guess what my handle was? My gaming handle, or whatever the hell they call it.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Kimchi Bandit.
Kimchi Bandit?
Kimchi Bandit. Yeah. And I was like famous. So all the players,
Wow.
they know, oh my God, Kimchi Bandit's on. He's going
Dude.
to
So are you
we
like-
have
are you
to
like
gang up on him. We have to figure out how to stop him.
Are you slaying like, grade, like third graders, and you're just posting about
Dude, it's payback. Because I remember when I used to play Call of Duty, I always had these like 8-year-olds like run up to me. I'd try to get like the most powerful machine gun, and they would like turn a corner all of a sudden and just stab me. And then, they had like a whole thing down where they're just like taking out, and you get extra bonuses if you kill people with the knife, right? These little kids would go around and they're just laughing,
It's
making fun of you and just slicing you down with a knife. It was just embarrassing. So this is payback.
But in gaming, when folks use the words, community, it's real. I don't play that much. I've been playing Fortnite, the solo version, so it's just me against 99 other players. But yesterday, I joined one of the community games, and I was the only one with the settings, no mic, no chat, none of that stuff. And in a way, I felt like left out because I couldn't really participate like the other three were participating, and the experience wasn't as great. But Leonard, community of little kids trying to knife kimchi. Yeah.
No, they can take me out. They can never figure it out. But I ended up retiring because I have to do real stuff in life.
What? What's real and what's not real in the metaverse? Okay.
And Rob, on that, so tiny little company that no one has ever heard of from down south from Rob in Oregon, Nike.
Oh, I've heard of them. Maybe.
Yeah.
I bought a shoe one time.
They just did with Roblox. That's where they're doing Nike Land. So they've taken the jump on the metaverse. But before this, I think they had Nike was ahead of the game with patents around digital products to be sold in a virtual store to people. So no different than go to the Nike store, buy a Nike shoe, and now it's in your closet. It's like, well, go to this virtual store to buy a virtual shoe, and it's in your virtual closet kind of deal. So
these are NFTs, right?
I'm not well versed on everything they're doing, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was an NFT angle because with shoe collectors, I mean that's the resale. It's $1 billion industry, so it makes a lot of sense that if I buy a limited edition digital shoe thing that I will have some way of authenticating it and showing you that it's the real thing, so I can resell it to Stephanie as she's driving down the county roads in Texas. See how we've
it looks like Stephanie is actually playing Farm Simulator 22 right now.
Exactly.
You can't tell if she's
she's in it. She's in
I can imagine her on these cars with these big wheels,
Yeah. She's got the lift kit. She's jacked up. Woo!
Monster truck. She has a monster
trucks.
I would
love
it.
Not a monster truck. But I'm not in a monster truck, but I am in one of those Jeep trucks.
Oh, the Jeep. What's that? The Patriot? Or what's it called?
I forgot what it's. I'm horrible with this. I sold my, how everyone's talking about how you can just get like a great deal on your trade-ins or you could sell your vehicles. I sold my Expedition, which I've only had for like a year and a half. I sold it for $43,000.
Whoa.
And I'm stuck driving this Jeep until my order comes in for my vehicle.
What are you ordering? What's your new vehicle?
Let me tell you, Stephanie just ordered a 2022
I'm downsizing.
wagon.
She's downsizing in Texas.
I'm downsizing to a Tahoe Z71.
Oh yeah, a little shorter. Yeah, I get it. I like the new Tahoes.
they're just taking forever. They said that once the order goes in, which it just went in yesterday, that it takes 1 week for them to build it. But then I'm like, well, how long does it take to ship? And he's like, well, that's another story.
You might have to fly to Detroit to pick it up.
I think,
Okay, I'm parking. I'm gonna get safe. I'm gonna park now.
Off-topic question: how's the Rivian story here in the US?
Iridium.
Rivian is these electric cars that were
Rivian, the
yeah,
pickups.
Rivian.
Yes.
the pickups. Yeah,
don't ask Rick.
are they real or not?
Yeah,
real?
they're real. There's a friend of mine who lives up here on Mercer Island, and he posted some pictures on Facebook with his. He like literally in the last 3 days. And a friend of mine who worked at Ericsson in AI, he's actually working for that company now for Rivian, and it looks real. That they got real stuff. But some of you also related to what Stephanie's doing, or read in the news. With the chip shortage, did you read the little article where it was saying all but the most high-end trim versions of cars won't have heated seats because they need chips to do the heated seats on the cars and high-end SUVs.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be shipping a lot with no heated seats.
And you know what they told me about my Z71? They called me and they were like, we could get you built now if you say no to the navigation package. And I'm like, what's in the navigation package? And they were like, well, that's the TVs in the back of your, the front bucket seats.
Yeah.
And then that's your navigation. I'm like, number one, my kids, they will watch anything on their phone or their tablet. So they're not going to need that. And then number two, who uses navigation in their vehicle? I use my phone still. I don't know. So I don't need it.
So you told them no?
Yeah, I said no, and they said that's the holdup. Like that they can't get the chips for those pieces.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I hope that they ready the package, and that when you look on the details of navigation, it's also wipers, brakes, caliper.
Yeah.
No, you're right, because navigation a lot of times part of some premium package that includes a lot of different things.
Yeah, you get the lane assist, you get the parking sensors, you get all these things under the navigation package.
She's going to get her Tahoe, and it's going to look like a 1965 pickup truck.
Yeah.
completely stripped down. I have a dumb car all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. But maybe dumb cars are the future.
I'm okay with that, actually.
Battlestar Galactica, man. Jeez. We've been talking about forever.
Yeah.
People don't know. Who haven't watched the show thinking that we're talking nonsense. It's like, no, there's like so much wisdom infused into the nonsense. Like, we're for real. Battlestar Galactica, baby.
So I wanted to tell you guys that the big news yesterday that was all over, I was just reading a bunch of articles on it, was that Apple, with their advancements in their chip, that they are essentially getting into the autonomous vehicle space. Apple. So I'm like, here we go. Everyone's getting into this space.
Yeah.
Their chip advancements, they're saying, hey, they've made such massive strides there that they're now like predicting that that's going to like take off.
Yeah.
I kind of have a feeling they're really looking for, in this market opportunity, they're looking for their AT&T. Like AT&T, they were the first ones to basically do the Apple deal. And
I see what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, now we've talked about Apple coming out with cars for quite a few years now. And are they going to do it? Or are they not going to do it? They always wait later than anyone else. And, but they do it right. Yeah. And because they have the rabid cult of people who will buy anything that Apple, and now that we're all locked in, now that we're all locked in with our Apple card and Apple everything in the circle.
Apple should make a donation to elevate our kids. So if there's any Apple people watching,
right,
you just got a free plug from Rob.
You'll
help
probably
the kids out.
You'll probably get a message from Apple saying, buy your new Apple card with the Apple card, or just swipe your iPhone and you'll get your new car will arrive. Hey, speaking of chips and cars, did you also read that Ford has decided to go vertically integrated because of the chip problem? They're going to get into the chip business. I think, who are they working with? Global Foundries or whatever? They're like, we're going to have to do it ourselves, which is crazy news. But, desperate times, right? Desperate
didn't Rick say that the only way to solve this logistics shipping problem is to build in the U.S.?
Yes. You got to do it here. And more companies that need chips may find themselves having to be vertically integrated and try to find a way to do it themselves.
But the foundries are the foundries. See, here's the thing that everyone gets confused. Just because you're a chip maker doesn't mean that you actually make the chips. Most of them are designers. They design the chips. So, and you still have, as a fabless, because these guys are just going to be another fabless. They're just internally fabless. It's not like they're going to be setting up a foundry and,
you never know. You never know.
Good luck.
Or they leverage, or they outsource,
business.
like what TI is building a couple of massive facilities in the north of Dallas. They just announced yesterday.
That's smart. That's smart. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Well,
Leonard, I'm not a car guy, but when I think of Tesla, of Rivian, and I think some of the electric vehicles from the big brands, like even the Chevy Volt, it seems that most of them, if not all of them, when you are looking into an electric car and you can, basically buy it online sort of thing. So, I always saw that as an auto OEM going closer to the direct to consumer route, which again is very tricky with the laws that we have in the US with dealerships and such. But if you go, Ford made their EV announcements, earlier this year. They have, we have the F-150, we have the Mustang, the Mach 5, whatever that thing is called.
Yeah.
But what if they do properly execute by somehow manufacturing chips here because in the future they see this direct to consumer where they're skipping the existing, dealer network, and somehow that still translates to Stephanie and I buying a vehicle for a decent price, because they're again manufacturing here, avoiding supply chain issues, but also selling the cars directly to customers. I mean, are we going to see that? Could we see that in the US? Because I don't know, the dealership thing is like part of it. I'm wondering if we'll get to a point, because everyone's gotten so used to now ordering a new vehicle, and the electric vehicles, maybe it's like we order and just like we would online, and there's some availability, and there's also some that are built on demand within a week.
Yeah. Could be. So the vehicle that you're in right now, Stephanie, if I look above your head, it looks like I see little latches. Could you just take the whole top off and everything? That's awesome.
We've never done it, but
maybe you should do that right now, live on our broadcast.
There's actually, I would need an Allen wrench of a certain size. Well, and the other thing is my husband also put, I don't know what you call them. So the truck is usually has a little bed in it, but he put the little canopy thing on it. So it actually looks like one big square, but and he lifted it, and he's got some black wheels on it. I'm like, it's sharp looking. Everyone's like, who is in that Jeep? And then I come out and they're like, oh.
Yeah, Stephanie looks like Missy Elliott.
It's hilarious. And everyone's like, you got a new vehicle? I'm like, no, this is what we pull behind the RV. This is going to be now he's about to be 15. This is going to be his vehicle when he turns 16, my son.
Wow. That's not a bad deal.
2 in 1.
What is that on your hat? What's that? What am I looking at there?
This is a logo I designed for my friend in East Texas who opened up her own store boutique.
Oh, okay.
Very pretty.
At first, I thought that was a picture of Mater from the movie Cars.
It's an old truck.
Okay.
Mater. That was really big back then.
I thought it was Cracker Barrel.
Oh yeah, could be.
It's got the right color scheme.
Right.
I actually threw it. This is what happens when you don't want to fix your hair as a woman. You see women wearing hats, they're not fixing their hair.
There it is.
Mark is going Cracker Barrel. What the hell's that?
What is that?
you're going Cracker Barrel. What is that?
Exactly.
If you ever want chicken fried steak and eggs for breakfast, go to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want
Biscuits and gravy.
A lot of calories.
And shop before and shop after. They have a store that you walk through before you get to the eating area. So they want you to buy all that stuff.
Yeah.
Is that like how museums have you leave through the gift store?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So hey, Mark, in Europe, like what I mean, we in the US, we're just so like car fixated. We have like this view of the auto world, but outside, I mean, Europe is different, right? I mean, you guys you guys look at this stuff the same way in terms of like, are you guys having like the same kind of problems?
Yeah, similar problems. But actually, it's funny because, for example, I was listening in the radio that in Barcelona, because of the pandemics, the city, I think I already said that in another episode, like some time ago, but the city hall started to destroy car lanes in the city during the pandemic, when everyone was locked down. So when people just went in the streets again, it was like, what the hell? So this street was two car lanes, and now it's one. What happened here?
Yeah.
And so they destroyed. Well, actually, 4,000 parking places disappeared during the last year in Barcelona. They made
and Mark, I saw an interesting article, and it was curious if you've been there, but there's a town in Spain that was on the news, I guess it was the night before last, at Pontevedra, that has absolutely no driving in the entire town. And so they have a lot of traffic around the perimeter, but no driving in the town. So all the streets are just pedestrian only.
Yeah, but Pontevedra, it's a very small village. Not village, yeah, right? But probably the city center, it's really small.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is exactly how we need to check on news. Stephanie read something, had an impression that this was a gigantic metropolis with millions of people, with the periphery really, really busy and really tranquil in the middle. And then we find out
it's a disruption.
Someone with eyes on the ground. Oh, no,
it's a little village.
Yeah, we need to do this.
There's only 20 people living in this village.
No, it's not a village. It's not a village, but yeah, I mean, it's probably a small city center.
Okay.
Actually, I can see these, in a lot of cities in Spain where, the city center, it's close to for cars, or at least close during several hours or certain days. And in Barcelona, they are start to test things like that. They close like big streets for specific days in the month. But I'm not sure how well. At least the Barcelona government, they want to kill the car. But it's interesting. On the one hand, they want to kill the car in the city. They are not improving the public transportation. Yeah. But on the other hand, they want to make bigger harbor for ships, and they want to make bigger airport. So if you compare pollution coming from the cars, coming from the ships and airplanes,
you're not off.
I mean, it's like when they say, we are in a dry season, so we have to save water. Yeah. So and on all the media, it's like, hey, just save water at home. But when you check, the water spent in the whole country, at least here in Spain, it's like 20% comes from home, 80% comes from industry and agriculture. So maybe the saving water should come from another area, not from home, right?
Dude, I want to say something, because you just, for some reason, this concept popped into my head. I don't know why. It's very, very odd. But, I was always wondering, because you mentioned ships, bigger ports. It's like, how come we don't friggin' use blimps? Massive blimps. Gigantic blimps that you can load up with cargo and then just have a couple of propellers that propel this thing at 60 miles per hour. I mean, there's probably a reason why we don't do it. I'm just really curious because
they
I was thinking the more you can use the jet stream, you can probably get this freaking big ass. No, I'm just, throwing it out there for anyone who's listening, who might entertain a crazy.
But you mean these
idea.
airships, like the
airships, like the Hindenburg? We used to do that stuff. It's not like it.
I don't know why
they crossed the Atlantic Ocean with that crap. Huh?
It was maybe dangerous, or
well, I mean, if you load it up with hydrogen and you got some dude smoking a cigar, and yeah, it's gonna be dangerous.
It's got to be a weight issue. I don't think that they can take a lot of weight.
I think if you take one of those shipping containers and connect it to a blimp, a dirigible, it's just going to fall right to the ground, like boom. I think Leonard's horrible advice there caused us to just lose 1 million of our viewers. So
right there, people just
all 1 million.
They're like, we're done. So
unsubscribe.
We lost.
I had to Google about blimps because I didn't have any clue about that.
There's another one.
Airship. Yeah, airship. Yeah.
We have to make a list for you. I got Cracker Barrel check, blimp check.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. But actually, it's really interesting how, for example, the oil that a ship can use. It's really interesting because, for example, in the Mediterranean Sea, the sea between Africa and Europe, they are not allowed to use some specific oil, or I don't know how is it called, technically speaking, that pollutes. So they need to use a special cleaner oil in the Mediterranean Sea, and and they can pollute more when they are in the ocean or something like that. So that's
oh my god,
pretty crazy.
We on this side, we like raw chemicals when we want the real deal. We don't want no white,
no watered down pollution.
We want the real stuff.
Exactly. Hell, we're burying trash out in the ocean right now.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that our fish have 2 heads.
But Mark, on the cars in Spain thing, are you also seeing that to purchase a car, is that also becoming more expensive, by taxes? Is that all? Because I know in the Netherlands is really expensive. In France, now you're paying also, there's a tax based on the emissions of the vehicle. And it's like this, the older it gets. So are you seeing that in Spain too?
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the same. And in Spain, if you buy a diesel car, I don't know, how is it? Yeah, is it the same concept? So it's even more expensive now than a couple of years ago. There is a special tax for diesel cars. But on the other hand, there is it's the same problem that there are no new cars probably, so you cannot. In Spain, at least, there is a big business of we call it 0 kilometers cars. So the second-hand cars is a big business here. So it's there are new taxes since last year on diesel and other gas, and here the diesel, for example, it became more expensive because there are new taxes as well on the oil.
Wow. Speaking of the Mediterranean Sea, I cannot confirm or deny that I may have entered the Mediterranean in a nuclear-powered submarine a long time it
Really?
But
you cannot confirm, or
it could have happened. It could have happened.
Was it in the 40s?
Yeah, it would have been in the 40s. Yeah, right. But it got me thinking, maybe we should have nuclear powered container ships, like all those giant ships. Maybe they should be nuclear powered instead of using diesel.
I told you, I think a few episodes, probably we've done so many episodes. It's you might as well say repeat crap because most people are listening to the old ones. That's why old is always new. No, man, we lose container ships all the time. And can you imagine? I mean, the way that they build military vessels is very different from the way that they build the container ships. And the container ships, think about it, the hundreds go down.
I say we start a company.
They capsize. If they lose balance, they fall over. It's insane. People don't realize that.
There is a startup here. I think it's a Spanish startup, but probably there are others that they are creating how do you say they are making like a metal.
A sail.
Yeah,
a sail for wind.
Vela, David. How do you say that?
Yes, un velero, a sail. Yes,
but umbrella. Like metal ones for big container ships. So.
Ah, that's clever.
You know what they should do is just. Oh my God!
Say it, Leonard. Say it. You already gave us a blimp.
Friggin' put like a propulsion kite in front of these things. Gigantic kite.
Exactly. Yeah, kind of like
thing pulls it. And you know what? The problem with the sail is if you get like a bad wind coming from the wrong direction, it'll tip the whole thing over, right? You stick a kite out there, it's not going to tip it just has that forward pull. It's like that whole concept of a solar, what do you call it?
Sail.
Sail, yeah.
So we're going to use less.
That's like genius.
So we're going to use less oil, whatever, for propulsion because the kite or the sail is going to give you an assist.
Yes.
I mean, I think we can learn from the conquistadors about how to build sails to go from España to America.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we have what is it? We have like all kinds of material technologies to create a gigantic kite.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's
those guys had a lot of time. You know, like now, you know, we still like. Well, I won my actually very good. I forget the brand, but we just ordered like the most amazing hot sauce ever from Guadalajara, and it's available on Amazon, and it showed up here in like 3 days. How? I don't know. So
what did you say? What did you order?
Hot sauce.
Oh, hot sauce. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. From Guadalajara. Okay.
Yes, and it arrived here in 3 days. Now we're not that far, but you know, I know that thing. Someone put it on a plane.
Yes.
For Amazon to come here. So
someone held the hot sauce in their lap, in their seat on a plane.
Yes, but but because I'm going to eat this in my burrito, I like to think that while I was on their lap, it was completely covered and not touching this person's lap, because I don't want to think about people's laps and my salsa.
God.
But,
I don't want to get into this topic.
Oh my God!
But I think it's interesting to get a rethinking of how to power planes and ships in the future, right? And maybe we are focusing a lot on cars and trucks, but yeah, probably the most polluting transportation systems are like ships and planes. So we have to rethink how to power them.
I'm telling you, it's a freaking kite.
And for planes as well, or
yes, we'll have a kite in front of the plane.
Think about it. The only anti-gravity technology we have today is a blimp or a balloon.
You talk seriously, yeah?
I'm not kidding. Because I always think about that. You know, you watch science fiction, dude. You watch these science fiction films, right?
Yeah.
The thing that bugs the crap out of me is when these dudes are in space and there's gravity. You know, it's like they're on Earth. They're not floating around like they should. You know, the physics is wrong. So that it bugs the crap out of me. So I always think about this. Well, how would an anti-gravity or a gravity, a gravity system work, right? Whether it's anti-gravity or gravity. And so that I think about this stuff quite a bit when I watch. You know, I watch a lot of science fiction.
We could tell.
I have the stimuli. You know.
I'm
like,
right
man,
there.
that's whack. That doesn't work. How would it?
I'm right there with
that?
you, Leonard. It's all about science fiction because science fiction creates our future.
Exactly.
You got to think of crazy stuff, and then some of those things become real.
These ships floating up and crap like that. How can the only way we can do that today is with like some sort of propulsion system, conventional propulsion system. But then, you only have so much range. It's horrible, right? But how do you get?
Well, no. All jokes aside, Rob, there is such a thing as nuclear-powered submarines. Isn't the propulsion system nuclear-powered, and these things basically go on forever?
Yeah, it's still just electricity. We still make electricity the same way. We have magnets and coils spinning, right? That's how we make electricity. We have many ways to spin things. And so in nuclear power, it's just another way to create heat and steam to spin something to make electricity, to move a submarine and give it electricity and lights and everything, right? So I love the anti-gravity thing. I remember as a kid reading some sci-fi novel. I think it was a teardrop spaceship. and it would basically fall towards its destination. It would lock on to some kind of gravity thing, and it would use gravity to go at high speeds and stuff like that. I'm a fan of doing some weird stuff with gravity.
Well, maybe we'll see some, nuclear powered, ships one day, because that will cut on emissions no different than.
Yeah, but probably that will be a bit more expensive, right?
Yeah,
could be. But if we mass produce
uranium,
if we can mass produce small, kind of compartmentalized small nuclear reactors that people could just drop in as a propulsion system, and not enrich into plutonium or anything like that, that would be a good thing.
I don't know. I said that, and now I think I've seen too many of these war movies, because then, the thing gets captured on international waters, and now they remove the uranium. And no, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's do the kite.
It's weird. Yeah, but the reason why they use it on military ships is endurance, because if like the traditional, steam ones, like the Kitty Hawks, the carriers of old, right? They always you had like this big ship that supplied all the other ships with fuel. The ship, Rob, submarine.
Aircraft
it's not going to
carriers.
go very long. Yeah, it's not going to go very long without you'll have to dock every 15 days or even less, right?
Because all the other stuff was diesel electric.
And so if anyone's wondering why the hell do they use nuclear reactors on carriers and increasingly destroyers and frigates, and all this is endurance. If there's a nuclear attack or nuclear war, these carriers might not have a base to go back to, and so the carrier group has to be able to have this tremendous endurance to continue to operate. And so that's why, at least that's my understanding, and that's just somebody who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
It's because he lives in San Diego, and he goes, there's all these giant ships parked right out front of my city.
3 of them. Right in front of my condo in downtown.
Yeah.
But, blocking your view, then talk to the HOA and, get him out of there, Leonard.
Get him out of there. Get that carrier out of there.
Yeah, I think they increased how cool they are? They look so cool.
They do look cool.
I mean, how many people can say, oh, yeah, I woke up in the morning, I walked out into my balcony, I have 3 nuclear carriers parked outside across the bay.
And they're like playing the Top Gun music in the background, and you're just like, yeah.
And next thing you know, it's like Tom Cruise with a girl behind just closing up. I mean,
yeah, that's happening.
Yeah,
absolutely, it is. I love it. Oh my gosh.
I had a friend that he used to study next to the nuclear power plant. Next to there is one nuclear power plant next to Barcelona, like 100 kilometers. And then they were doing like tests for the alarm system. And then so the instructions were very clear. When you hear this alarm, this bell, just put your ID on your mouth and just wait. This is because the ID that we have it's indestructible. So it's just to recognize the corpses after the explosion of the nuclear.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's how we're going to identify you.
Sure, it's super cool to have 3 nuclear powered ships in front of your house.
So, okay, guys, what do we call this episode?
I don't know, but how do you tell your friend, we gotta go? Like, that's horrible.
Yeah, well, he was studying, so he was like 14. So tell to a 14-year-old.
I love it.
Oh, that's
wow.
That's sure.
Just remember, folks, I used to sleep in between Trident 2 D5 ICBMs.
And it's amazing that he's still alive.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Oh, yes. So nuclear powered container ships in the Mediterranean. I think it's all good. And we need more chips, and car manufacturers are going to start making their own chips as I try to figure out what this episode is all about.
I have no idea.
but it was fun, and it was on a Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, last question about transportation. What's the rocket situation in the US now? So what's the moon mission going to happen? Because I read some tweets about, that there were
You read some tweets.
You read some tweets about delays. Yeah.
I read on Facebook.
Oh, this is how I got my sources.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Elon Musk would say the delays are because Jeff Bezos keeps suing NASA.
I don't know. This is why I'm asking you.
It's very likely, actually. Lawsuits. Hey, I want to be the one. Don't let that guy.
Okay.
So there's some of that too, and of course, Boeing's trying to be relevant in all this.
Yeah.
And they're struggling to get their act together with their spaceship. So, all my money's on Elon.
I mean,
one day we need to talk how is the interstellar internet communication. So, for example, now how Mars rovers send data. What are the hops that the data is doing? To get into the Earth.
I think that would be a whole awesome episode to talk about interstellar communications.
And then we go Geo. Mio, which I thought it was Middle Earth, but it's Middle something else, but Lord of the Ring thing. Anyway, sorry. That'd be a good episode because we have. I mean, how many years of satellite legacy do we have? I count at least 20, but it's probably way before that. Commercially available satellite for humans and IoT, at least 20 years.
Yeah,
dude.
Or even more.
Yeah. I know what to call this episode. It's called the jetlag episode. Because also we had the friggin' what's that? I still don't understand the whole daylight savings silliness.
That needs to go away, man.
Huh?
That needs to go away.
So dumb. Look how dark it is outside for you. It gets dark.
I want to keep daylight savings time.
No.
Yes.
It gets dark at 4 when it could get dark at 5.
I would rather it be light longer in the afternoon and evening than the Pacific Northwest, or AKA Sweden in America.
Yeah.
Where the doom and gloom comes sooner, because pretty soon it'll be dark at 4 in the afternoon here, and that is just no bueno.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't miss that.
So it's gonna be a geographic debate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
a debate every time we switch. People go, ah.
Oh my gosh! But you guys are a smaller population of the Earth. Most people live in the middle, right, or somewhere reasonably toward the middle.
You know who invented that?
Who? No, I have no idea. I hear the stories.
Now that you are a big fan, that was the grandfather of the Coldplay singer,
Chris Martin.
Yeah, his grandfather invented that. He was a minister in the UK.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought it was Christopher Columbus.
Sorry, Leonard. I know that you are a big fan, but I'm sorry.
I thought it was you and Al Gore.
Oh my God!
Argued over this when you guys made the internet and also gave us daylight savings time. But no, it was Coldplay frontman's grandpa.
There you go.
There
you go, folks. Just so you know, I didn't invent everything.
just heard it on Twitter. Folks, if you made it this far,
we salute you.
Wow.
For those about to rock, we salute you.
We salute you.
Yeah.
It's time for the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when we record on Fridays. We're already checked out, right? And I'm completely
checked out. Jet lag, checked out. Those of you in Estados Unidos are preparing for Thanksgiving week next week. So
yeah, when is that happening? Yeah, it's next week.
Yeah, it's next Thursday. Some of us will be driving to Portlandia. Oh, but I won't be able to see my good friend David.
I'm sorry, man.
He left.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go to the Nike outlet store on MLK alone. So.
Oh man.
I'll get you. I'll hook you up. I'll send you a DM. I'll slide in
Excellent.
your DMs, Rob.
Hey, we just said the DM on our show. We are so cool.
Yeah, awesome.
DM me.
All right.
All right. So, David,
All right.
take us out in Spanish.
Me?
Yeah,
Or
so
Mark?
that Mark, we don't alienate. You can alienate us because we won't know what the hell you're talking about. But at least you can make Mark feel good.
Okay,
exactly. I want to hear your
Espanol,
accent.
man.
Okay,
For our international audience, we have to rotate. We can't.
All right, here goes.
Things in English.
Bueno, hemos llegado al final de este episodio. Muchas gracias por escuchar IoT Coffee Talk. Asegúrese de buscarlo en YouTube y donde escuchen sus podcasts favoritos en Apple, Spotify, etcétera. A los que están en Estados Unidos, que tengan una bonita semana y feliz Día de Acción de Gracias. That's Happy Thanksgiving. And gracias por escuchar. Hasta la próxima semana. Adiós, amigos. There you
Hasta la
go.
próxima.
Hey,
Adios, amigos.
would a burrito have anything to do with any of this?
I did not say burrito, man. All right?
Neither margarita.
Listen back on the recording, dude. I swear to God, you said burrito.
No, I did not. Did I say burrito? There's no way.
No,
You
no,
said
you did not say it. Leonard's trying to ruin the ending.
Okay, guys, take care.
Bye-bye.